Hey, I'm Kevin Walton from the band Explore, and today I'm going to give you a rundown of what gear I'm using when I perform live, practice, and record in the studio. So there's quite a bit of gear that goes into my live setup, so I'm going to break it into three categories: guitars, amps, and pedals, just to save time. So the first is going to be guitars. I have a bunch of guitars that I use when I play live, but I'm going to focus on the two main ones. These guitars are the ones that I play the most throughout the shows, that I play for the longest, the ones I can always rely on. So yeah, that's why they're my main guitars. And the first is the 2006 Gibson Les Paul Studio Premium Plus, and the second is the 2019 Gibson 61 Reissue SG. The 61 reissue just means that guitar is built to the same specs as it is when it came out in the year 1961. So like I said, yeah, these are the two main guitars. I've always been a huge fan of Gibsons, which both of these are. They're reliable, they're fun to play, and they look great, so that's why I always fall back to these ones. For amps, I'm running through two amps at the same time. The first is a Black Star HD Club 40 watt, and this amp's mainly for like the low end, the bass tones, that kind of stuff. And then I'm running through a 15 watt Fender Princeton Reverb, and this amp's for the higher end stuff, the treble tones, and the mix of them creates a really cool, unique sound. And I'm switching between them, or just kind of allowing them to run at the same time with an A-B switch, which just, cancels any feedback or anything like that. And then for practice, I'm running through an orange Rock Reverb 100 watt 4x12. So this amp's a half stack, it's huge. It sounds great, but it's super hard to lug to gigs in different places, so I prefer to bring the two slightly smaller amps. And also I think the combined tones of those two other amps is more unique and distinct to my sound than the oranges. But it's great having the orange amp for practice. And yeah, it's a great sounding amp. That's another aspect of gear that's super important to me, is transportability. The easier something is to move and transport, the more it appeals to me. It's never fun having to drag huge, heavy pieces of equipment to shows, and also the bigger they are, the more likely they are to be dropped, and everything's super expensive, so yeah, I just have to keep it kind of minimalist when I go to shows. And then lastly, we have the pedals. So I have tons of pedals on the pedal board, but these are the main ones that make up my sound. The other ones are kind of just there for small, quick effects and stuff like that. The first is the Plasma Coil Fuzz and Gain pedal by Third Man, which is Jack White's company. And this pedal is kind of the driving force behind all my sound. It's what makes up most of my tone, and it's a great pedal. It's super fun. It also has octave capabilities, so I can throw an octave up or an octave down into the signal, and that gives a pretty unique sound and tone. It's not great for everything, but it's a fun effect to have. And then I'm also going through a TC Electronics Dark Matter pedal, and I put these kind of on at the same time. And this the TC Electronics pedal gives me like a more normal traditional gain sound, like what you think of with like Zeppelin or AC/DC, something like that. And it's just kind of a nice base to build off of with that higher gain pedal. But these are the pedals. There's other ones, but these are the main ones, and that's kind of all my main gear. So I've wanted to do this, and I'm glad I got to talk about gear for a little bit, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to check out pictures of any of this stuff, it should all be on my Instagram, which is Kevin_Walton_2, and the Explore official Instagram. Thank you.